Hi students, moving on to the next part of our um, lesson on Cartesian plane. So last week we have learned how to draw straight lines. Today we'll spend some time to interpret graphs. Okay, so not only we need to know how to draw, we need to know how to interpret. Like for example, you are given two graphs. Okay, one is a point graph and the other one is a line graph. So as you can see, this A person at this age is this height. At this age is this height. So it could be also a plant. Okay, I'm not sure. So this A can be a person, can be a plant, can be some living things, I presume. Whereas the second one, a line graph, is measuring the height of two different things over time. Okay, so as you can see, A at the beginning was this, and then it started to grow at a very slow rate and then go at a very fast rate and then it slow down. And then B is more like a constant rate, isn't it, when as time passes by, right? So let's look at these 2 points here and we can answer these two questions. Okay, they say the height and age of Brenda and Kelly are presented in this graph. So the question is, who is taller? Is Brendan taller or Kelly taller? Okay, so by looking at this, the tallest one will be the one at the higher. Yep, seems like Kelly is the taller one. That's right, Kelly is the taller one. And who is the younger one in terms of age? Look at this. Yep, in terms of age, seems like Brendan is the younger one, right? Okay, what about a distant time graph? Okay, a distant time graph can be quite interesting. Okay, and people always get confused over a distant time graph versus a speed time graph. Okay, a distant time graph actually tells you a few things. Okay, as you can see, you have A, B, and C here. So what's exactly happening between A, B, and C? So as you can see, this person by the name of Conchita was walking away from her starting point. So that was her starting point, and she was walking away from the starting point. Do you think it's a constant speed? It looks like a constant speed, isn't it? Look at the graph. Well, it's quite consistent, isn't it? Yep. And then after that, what happens at B? B, she must have rested among this time. She stayed at one point, she didn't move, she slept. So these are things that you can say about part B. No movement, you see, no addition of distance. The distance is flat. Okay, and what about at C? And she actually started walking backwards. Okay, backwards towards the starting point because the starting point is here, right? So coming back towards the starting point, which is at 0 point, 0.0, isn't it? So yep, started to come back. Okay, so that's how you read a distant time graph. Okay, so distant time graphs actually show us moving away or towards a starting point. See, the starting point is here. Okay, so if you see a graph, distant time graph, you see from here it comes to here. So the person was quite far away from the starting point and coming back to the starting point, for example, if you have a slope like that. Okay, got it? Okay, let's look at this special graph. So my question to you is, what information can you gather from this graph? Seems like, oh, you're talking about temperature here. Yeah, maximum, average maximum and minimum temperature. Oh, there are also information on the sunny hours. Can you see? So on this month, you have average of 7 hours of sunny hours in January. Okay, so what about, oh, you also have relative humidity. So this is the value of humidity here. You see, another information given to you, especially in Australia. We don't really feel the effect of humidity, but probably when you go to countries like Malaysia, Singapore, India, once you get off the plane, you feel very warm and sticky because you actually perspire quite a fair bit. So it's due to the humidity, okay? So with all this information, okay, we're supposed to solve this few problems. You say, what month was the hottest and what was the average maximum? So we're looking at the hottest, so it's the red line. So which month is the hottest? It's, the red one, isn't it? So the red one seems like this is the highest point, right? So which month was that? Oh, that's January. And what was the average maximum? It's about 26, isn't it? Right? That's right. What about next question? Okay, we want to pause the video and answer the next question. What month was the coolest and what was the average minimum temperature? The coolest, so you got to look at the green line. The coolest, so somewhere around here, isn't it? So it's somewhere around here. So, so that month must be July. And what was the temperature? That was actually between 6 and 8, isn't it? So it's about 7 degrees. Yeah, 7 degrees Celsius. So they say, which month had an average minimum temperature of 12 degrees? So let's look at it. 12 degrees is here. Okay, it seems like this is one of them. 12 degrees. Okay, cut across. Seems like this is another one, isn't it? So the 2 months are May and October. That's right. Okay, so that's how you interpret graphs. So you got to read them carefully before you answer them. So in fact, that's all that we need to know. Okay, so I've given you some practices. So complete this 3 questions plus those questions on my end online. Okay, so see you guys. Bye.